Kevin Donnelly proposes in his book How Political Correctness is Destroying Australia, quote, "Similar to what is happening in America, Europe, and the UK, political correctness is destroying Australia's cultural heritage and what's best about our way of life." End quote. The widespread politicalisation of culture and the arts in Australia has had a particularly unfortunate effect on all kinds of aesthetic judgments, which are widely dismissed today as elements of an outdated Western culture. To encourage gender equality, actress has now become actor. To inspire religious tolerance, Merry Christmas has now become Happy Holidays. To motivate empathy, mental retardation becomes intellectual disability. As a society, we've become fearfully polite, careful to avoid offence, and largely unwilling to be labelled intolerant, hateful, close-minded, or any other toxic labels that carry a badge of shame today. The result is a nation where no one says what they really think anymore, at least if it runs counter to the prevailing views, and intolerance has become a badge to be worn in shame and humiliation, deserving of society's fears, loathing, and utter banishment. At its core, political correctness is an attempt to impose desirable mental attitudes by removing undesirable words from our vocabulary. The words we use, after all, frame our understanding of what we think, write, and say. Changing our vocabulary is thus a matter of changing our intellectual, ethical, and philosophical perspectives, just as we find when examining George Orwell's dystopian vision. Political correctness is language control, and language control is thought control, period. Political correctness is soft censorship. It is intolerance disguised as tolerance. As George Orwell said in his 1946 essay, Politics and the English Language, it is fascism pretending to be manners. PC culture has resulted in a rapid transformation of the fundamental structure of Australia, both in legislation and policies, and the lives and social interactions of individuals and businesses. The progressing aftermath of this transformation has seen an increasing persecution of any individuals or platforms who try to criticise New Age movements of the country, and the rise of a new form of non-violent extremism that isn't physical or violent, but rather attacks rationality and intellect. Doctors now face disciplinary action for voicing opinions that differ from, quote, generally accepted views under changes to the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Authority Code of Conduct. APRA, along with 16 national health boards, have released a statement warning practitioners that they have a responsibility to the public to promote evidence that is safe and effective. Quote, "We take seriously any case of practitioners spreading dangerous and misleading anti-vaccination information, including on social media. They will face regulatory action or prosecution." End quote. In a plan that is already being called out as dangerous and unprecedented in impact, doctors face penalties that include the authority labelling them as unprofessional. This is following on from directives released by the Australian government requiring all staff in high-risk workplaces to provide information on their flu vaccination status, including restricting access to work in certain areas for those who refuse to comply.